So apparently it's time for Keen Tools to bless us, to give us meaning to life by introducing geotracker. That is currently free because they want to get you addicted, and then you're gonna have to actually pay. But for now, we get it for free. Before I begin, first thing I want to mention is I'm using version 3.6 of Blender. I tried it in 4.0 alpha, doesn't work. In my menu, you can see I have geotracker. That's because I already installed it. I'm gonna go to geotracker. I'm gonna create a new geotracker. I think this is pretty simple. It's red. We need to do something with it. And what we're actually doing is importing in our footage. You can see I've recorded some stuff. The first one is upside down. I could not tell you why. And then we have another red thing where we're really just being led like a dog. Click analyze from frame 1 to, I guess it already knows it's 209 frames. Now you can see that it's analyzing our footage. And now that we're done analyzing our footage, we can hit start pin mode, and what's going to happen is we get our upside down footage, which is analyzed. We can also faintly see this kind of green mesh. I'm going to go to appearance and try to make this wireframe a bit brighter so you can see it. I'm also going to make it red because red is cool. And at this point, basically the name of the game is you're just going to click different parts of this mesh, and that is to orient it to our thing. But I don't actually want to track these fingers. And there are things like masks and all this. I don't want to deal with that yet. We're just going to do kind of like a manual masking approach. By the way, I want to see my axes. And my plan is I'm just going to go to edit mode, cut this box in half, and then I'm going to take this and subdivide it a bunch. I don't know if this matters for tracking, but what it does do is it makes our mesh kind of clearer to see. Just another thing we can do to make this more accurate. I'm going to go to camera, and for this focal length kind of stuff, I don't know what focal length I recorded my footage with. It's not necessarily 50 millimeters, so I'm going to click estimate focal length, and now what should happen is as I orient this, and I'm just going to kind of do the pin mode, it should be changing my focal length over time. Yes, it is. Let's track this thing. There's track forwards, there's track a frame. We're just going to track forwards. Let's see how it does. Not too bad to begin with. I'm definitely seeing a bit of drift, and I think part of the reason for that drift is we're getting a lot of glare on our geometry, so I think that makes sense. If I escape this menu, you can see our object's actually moving relative to the camera. And what we need to do here is basically add some manual telling Keen Tools what to do, and hopefully we're going to get a better track. And I'm just going to go down the timeline until I feel like it's not oriented perfectly, and all we're going to do is we're just going to update this keyframe, go in a couple more frames down, correct, and I think I'm happy with the keyframes I made. So now with this correction, go to refine all and click that. And let's see how this refining does. It's going keyframe by keyframe. I like to see that. Yeah, that's pretty clean. And I don't think there's any reason we can't do a second round of refinement, but for my purposes, this is fine. I don't know what my purposes are, but you know, whatever. And look at that, we have our changing geometry. So monkey, shift click, control P, parent. Oh yeah, that's an attached monkey. Very important VFX we did here. And I'm about to pull a switcheroo on you. This isn't just about the box. I want to track my head as well. So I'm going to use the face builder add-on, also a Keen Tools thing, not sponsored. And I need an image to actually get the face, so I'm going to go to the first frame. And if I go to geotracker, they do have a feature for this. I'm going to take a snapshot. But very similarly, we're going to do this kind of pin tool situation, so this should be fairly familiar. Is it perfect? No. Is it good enough? Yes. And I don't want to actually track all of this because I don't want to track the neck, etc. And basically anything that isn't the face. I'm going to click the face model, create new geotracker, and this should be kind of a similar process. And originally we were using the camera called camera, so that is what we are going to do. And now the name of the game is kind of aligning our situation over here. I'm going to go to the appearance and bring down our wireframe so I can see the features a bit better. I mean, there are some faces that are like tracking the background, but this will be a good test to see if that kind of stuff matters. Not too bad to begin with, but of course we are going to add in our keyframes. So I'm going to go 40 frames down. That's fine. Go a couple more frames down, and this is where the issue is. It's the side profile. And this isn't too bad at all. Yes, there is some refinement I can do on the chin, but I'm not going to do that right now. Not only is the monkey tracked, but the face is tracked, and this is going to be in reference to the same camera. Thank you for watching. See ya.